I don't wanna wait for my life to be over, so I do it now.
Everyone, welcome back to Transformate MTG. Now I'm back on my Boros Tokens grind here. Wasn't having that much fun or that much success with the sort of fire bending attack triggers deck, so I've gone back to this one here. A couple of wee specs: Ang's Iceberg, Pinnacle Star Cage in the board. Got Avatar's Wrath, Pinnacle Star Cage, Clarion Conquerors. Rest in peace, already, pretty standard hate pieces, but have been having a lot of fun and climbed a little bit since my last standard video. So we'll be playing best of 3 ranked. I certainly prefer the best of 3 as opposed to best of 1. So we're sitting in Plat 2 at the moment. We've gone couple of good wins, couple of good losses, some losses which were inevitable and some which were down to my own mistakes, which, got to fess up to it, got to own up to it, and just came off a pretty nice win just before I started recording here. But I think for the most part we're going to be looking to just continue the grind. Again, hitting Mythic is the goal, getting back there again. Skippable hand, turn 1 Spectre, Voice of Victory with a Dawn's Truce backup. I think that sounds pretty decent. Let's see what they're working with. Tiger Seal. Okey-doke. That's kind of not what we like to see. So what I'm going to do here is I might just run out of Voice of Victory, see if I can get some things going turn after next. During a land would be ideal, but look, you can't always get perfect. Is this going to be Furnace Runes? Okay. I mean, land is very nice. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cast the War Leader's Call here and just get into 2 damage. Really unfortunate that I didn't get to keep the Voice of Victory. That would have been about as good a start as you could ask for. Riddler, they're going to draw a couple of cards on tap with Tiger Seal. I mean, next turn I don't really have that many options. Currently it'll be a, Grease Wrench Goblin, keeping mana up for a clue, or they're bouncing their removal. Okay, Plains makes things a little bit more interesting because I could always United Front, but I think I'm just still going to stick with the original plan of Grease Wrenching, passing the turn. And then if they do try and kill something reasonable next turn, I can always just Dawn's Truce. I'll be spending 2 of their mana. Well, I'll give all my things hexproof, because then even if they do play the Roaring Furnace, they're not going to be able to target anything. Just draw more with the Quantum Riddler there. And next turn it might just be United Front for 2. I'd be sort of happy to take 3 damage. No, it's going to boomerang it to its hand. They're going to attack with the seal. I imagine they will, unless they want to keep it up for my Grease Wrench Goblin, but... Okay, here, yeah, I think I am just going to United Front for 2. Make some bodies, get some good pressure out on the field, and then attack in with the Grease Wrench Goblins. If it trades with a Tire Seal, that's sort of fine by me. Still got 1 bit of card draw there, and I've got Lethal on board. They're probably going to kill something, unless they, want to furnace onto the Inspector, I guess. Wonderful. Are they going to warp the Quantum Riddler again? That Jewels to the Mind. Still pretty good. If they have a land, they do. Ooh, Legend of Roku. Yeah, I'm just going to get in for attacks first. Really got to keep the pressure coming on. I think I do drop the Legend of Roku. They take 6. I don't have anything that can kill with 1 roll, so I will play the Legend of Roku, see if I can get a land drop. Alright, get a land drop. Let's go. Multiversal Passage on white. Enters tapped. Next turn I've got a draw, a Voice of Victory. They do some pretty special things. In a pretty decent spot here, but as it always has a little bit of mischief going on. Oh, just the Quantum Riddler. Okay, that's interesting. So if I draw a creature, I think I just win here. Yeah, they need to get rid of the War Leader's Call potentially. They'll attack with the Duelist of the Mines. Can't play the Winternight Stories this turn. So I didn't draw a creature, but I will see if I draw a creature from here. Fountain Port, I can't play. Let's play the Voice of Victory. Deals the 1 damage. And then I just pass the turn. That's really unfortunate. I mean, when the Legend of Roku enters next turn, but even then I've got a Fountain Port that I can pop in, even if they do kill what I've got here. Pretty decent game 1, I would say. Soulstone Sanctuary, they need a way to get rid of everything I have on board though if they want the win. What a draw, an awful lot of cards, which, I mean, yeah, draw 3 discards, that's 9, they need 3 more cards to draw, which they very much could with another Winternight Stories. That could be just enough. I shouldn't have played the Demolition Field before drawing the Fountain Port. Not that it would have made a difference because I wouldn't have had the mana regardless. Yeah, and that's going to be game. That's very unfortunate. It was in a really good winning spot, but just drew into too many lands, I think, with everything going on. Now, what we're going to do here is we will raise a Needleheads. We'll get some 2 Doorkeeper Thralls, 2 Rest in Pieces, and a Soul Guide, just to get rid of some of that flashing back, or discarding sorts of things. What I might do is, yeah, add 1 more Pinnacle Starcage as well. I mean, again, it is a little bit of a combo with the Doorkeeper's Thrall. I'll get the Dawn's Truces, cut 1 Voice of Victory, 1 Midnight Mayhem, 1 of each of my 1-drops. Legend of Roku was nice. I think Bezer I could potentially take out here. The United Front was helpful, but it wasn't the best. Get Lost I'll keep. Actually, I can probably cut 1 Get Lost as well. And the last card I'm going to get rid of could be an Innocence or a United Front. I mean, again, I do sideboard pretty. I could get rid of 1 of the Dawn's Truces. Didn't look like they had an awful lot that they were going to do with themselves. Yeah, I think 2 Dawn's Truces is still pretty fine. Unfortunately, they did just have a little bit too much card draw there. Sort of bumped things up. I was in a pretty good spot. If I'd drawn 1 more creature, that would have been excellent. Here, I mean, I don't have 2 red, but I feel like that should be okay. I'm going to start off with a Virgin, a Soul Guide for nothing, just to have it on the field. Yeah, get rid of it with Pinnacle Starcage if I desperately need to as well. And it's going to pass through here. It's definitely not the best start, definitely not what I was looking for. Rotting Mako. That is a little bit rough. At this stage I could pop the Soul Guide Lantern actually for a draw. I think I'm going to. I mean, 2 mana draw cards, not the best thing here. Avatar's Wrath doesn't do much for me at this stage. I think I do just have to play the Parlour, even though I would rather play an untapped land. But being able to get that Needlekin out, keep the Midnight Mayhem because I've got the War Leader's Call in hand. I mean, I can always, if they do something a little bit silly next turn, like a Duelist, yeah, I think I'm just going to Pinnacle Starcage on this next turn. That's going to be my play. Not sure if there's anything they can do for 1 red that's going to help too much with this. Just gets rid of their board presence. And then next turn, I think, is it Razorkin or is it War Leaders? Another Duelist to the Mind. Okay. And a Quantum Riddle. I think I just dropped the Needlekin because it looks like we're going to be wanting to draw a whole bunch of cards, but it all does depend. Can't play both. Gonna play the War Leader's Call. I feel like I'm not in the most danger at this stage. I'm not sure if they can pump my 18 just on the one. Could have waited a turn for the Duelist. Here I can also Avatar's Wrath if things look like they're getting really out of control. Oh, that's actually perfect, because what I can do now is I can Midnight Mayhem and I can United Front again. I am just going to gain a bunch of life. And United Front for 0. Confirm 0. Attacking for 9, and if they do block, I get rid of the Duelist of the Mind, which is quite a nice trade. I'd be happy to take that. The Quantum Riddler on its own is not going to grow nearly as much as the Duelist. And look, if they take 12 for this turn, which is pretty solid. Wonderful. Yeah, no, I'll kill the Duelist of the Mind. Happy to keep the Quantum Riddler around for now. Roaring Furnace, they're going to kill one of the Gremlins. It's fine by me. And next turn, what I could do is I could Avatar's Wrath and stop the Quantum Riddler. It'd be nice if... Oh, they play another one? Yep, perfect. That is what I want to do. I want to Avatar's Wrath, saving the Gremlin, and then play the Needlekin. Because then they can't draw those cards. So I'm going to Avatar's Wrath first, keep the Gremlin. And they can't play it from the Quantum Riddler from the Exile Zone, which is very handy. If they do have more in hand, that is a little bit annoying, but it's certainly not the end of the world. We may as well play the Sacred Foundry tapped as well. I'll play the... Oh, I'm going to attack first, just in case they do want to bounce the Gremlin or something. I think they're just playing the Lesson, which is a sorcery speed though. You're going to kill it? Wonderful. So this is why I attacked first, because I wanted to play the Needlekin and have it at least survive a little bit longer. And then we'll have the Foundry enter tapped. They'll draw a card, take a damage. Can't play either of the Riddlers this turn from the Exile Zone, but they will get double next turn, but it's fine. Oh, FOMO, they'll bin something, they'll draw a card, which is fine by me. Because I'll take the damage. What have they got? Cool, land. So the FOMO is online. So that's next turn. And if they can kill the Needlehead, that will be very, very helpful for them. Yep, they're touching the tower. Ooh, they're bargaining it. Interesting. Ah, fantastic. That is what I want. Enduring Innocence. And then pass the turn. And then end of turn I can Fountain Port in a token and sort of just grinding them down here. They'll be drawing a bunch of cards. They'll play the Riddler and they'll be drawing 2. And if I draw a land as well, I can always Pinnacle Starcade sort of at the end of their turn and then get in with War Leader's Call damage, but this is going to draw me a card from the Enduring Innocence. Mako. They want to play out another card if they can to get the double draw from the Riddler, but I'm not sure they're going to. Don't think they're going to be able to. Now, what do I want as my draw here? Honestly, a Legend of Roku in this spot would probably be pretty good, or of course another Midnight Mayhem would be ideal. Rest in Peace isn't really doing much at this stage, but it does do a little bit. Right. Make a token first and ping them for the 1 damage. Draw a card. Oh, it's a Needlehead. That's kind of nice. I'm not going to deal damage to the token. Fine. Ah, War Leader's Call. It's dead here. Midnight Mayhem. And that's a good game. Looks like the sideboarding did the trick. Honestly, having the another Avatar's Wrath could go reasonably well. Maybe instead of a Star Cage, we'll go Avatar's Wrath. Does pop the mana cost up a little bit. Do I actually want the Doorkeeper's Thrall in here? Because the only thing that enters the FOMO, they got yeah, Riddler's pretty nice, but I rely too much on those ETBs. So I'm going to go and I'm going to put this other Midnight Mayhem in, I think. Definitely don't need all 4 Get Losts with all the other removal I've got, just because they don't have any like enchantments or planeswalkers. It's not really good. I mean, they've got the 1 enchantment, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. This is an interesting hand. Is it going to be good enough to stop them? I mean, if I can get double War Leaders down and then Midnight Mayhem, that's pretty big. But it would need to rely on the Grease Wrench drawing a good card, which I'll put my faith in. I'll put my faith in drawing lands. Been running 24 in this deck, which is a little bit more normal than what some of the other decks seem to try and make the mistake of trimming lands a little bit too often, I think. I don't know what I'm going to do this next turn, especially if they kill the goblin. I can definitely draw cards. Yep, torch the tower, it's going to exile. A 2-drop would be pretty ideal here. I'm going to play another Tiger Seal and I'm going to bounce it to draw cards. Yep, okay. It actually feels like it works pretty well for me. Can get lost the seal, or if they play a do I get lost the seal? I think I'm just going to get lost the seal. Just going to put just a little bit much. They could always counter it, but I haven't seen any counter spells yet in their deck. Nice. Fountain Port into War Leader's Call, and the next turn I'm going to Demolition Field into War Leader's Call, have the 2 of them on board. Just the Midnight Mayhem, just really, really powerful. Midnight Stories, and then they'll almost definitely have a 1-drop. Oh, they discard the lands. Interesting. They must have another in hand. There we go. We'll go Mountain and another War Leader's Call. If I draw another land here, another coloured land, I could even hold on to the Midnight Mayhem so I can Mayhem United Front, and that's 16. That basically kills them. But do I have that level of time here when they are drawing all of these cards? Might do, because it's going to be 6 plus, it's going to be 15 damage next turn regardless. Demo Field? Okay. I think I'm going to pass the turn. If they play a non-basic, I'm going to pop the non-basic. Tiger Seal, I think, is fine. One-Night Stories. They're going to draw, they're going to untap it. Which they would play a non-basic land here. That would be, I mean, I can make a treasure. Make a treasure, and that will be, should be GG, I think, if my maths is correct. Oh, they got a non-basic anyway. Storm Chasers. Oh, that does change things a little bit. Is it? I just got another creature. Pass to attackers. What would they be able to do with 2 mana instead of 1 mana on their turn? Looks like they've only sort of got Torch the Towers, so I am actually still going to sack for Plains. Because then I trade for both the Tiger Seal and the Otter. And I'm in a pretty bloody good spot. Gonna take... get a Plains. I'm going to go Demo Field. I'm going to go Midnight Mayhem. Now if they have a counter spell here, I mean if it's a Quench... take 6 there. I've got a united front for 0. Is there anything they can do in response? Because that's a sorcery. They're going to be gaining a pretty wild amount of life. What have they got going on? They've got some sort of response. They're going to try and deal damage while they're bargaining. Okay. That's fine still. I'll take them for 8, and if they don't want to take 8, they're going to block. And I'll definitely kill the tiger seal over the otter at this stage. They go to 10, got a 4-4 on board, and a voice of victory in hand. I can voice of victory. Cool, boomerang basic sing. Still in a pretty good spot. I would love a little bit more card draw, I think. They got a FOMO. I can sort of just wear them down, like Pyroclasm, Dualistic Mind. Okay. The FOMO with the Duelist is actually a little bit of a problem, but not when. I can cast a Pinnacle Starcage. Get rid of everything on their side of the board, and I'll play a Voice of Victory, and unless they can get rid of the Voice of Victory, with 5 toughness it's pretty good, they are in for a loss. What can they bring back? They can bounce it to hand, I guess. Hardcast Quantum Riddler, draw another 2 cards. I don't think that's going to be enough. Unless they can bounce the voice, but even then, I was going to attack. It's going to trigger, they're going to take 6. 4, and then what I'm actually going to do... Yeah, there we go! A good win! I feel like tokens is just where I'm comfortable, you know, regardless of the fact that it might not be as sort of as meta as some of your FOMO FOMO Ascensions, but I don't have a lot of the lizards or the mobilize 1-drops, just because again, playing on a little bit more of a budget, so rare wild cards are harder to come by. That'd be what, another 8 wild cards just to get that up and running. And I know that it's very, very fast, and probably, you know, on average a little bit of a better deck. But I'm just so much in my comfort zone with tokens here. This is probably not a very keepable hand, but do I want a mulligan? I do have a Surveil. I'm actually going to keep, just on the off chance that, you know, I mulligan into, oh sorry, I Surveil into the perfect card. It's not really the perfect card, but I'm going to keep it on top because there's not much. I don't really want to be binning it in case they do have some sort of crazy, crazy fast start. You're in reds. Play this, and I'll hold up the Dawn's Truce in case they target me with something. I doubt they will be. Looks like it might be a similar kind of deck to the last one. Looks like it's Lessons, which probably is pretty similar. Okay, so here I'm going to name Human. And I'm actually just going to run out the Voice of Victory here. I mean, the looting from Grand is really handy, but don't really want to waste a pretty solid removal in Ang's Iceberg on the Grand at this stage. I mean, we'll see what they do, because they do have quite a few options. I could even get Grand to get going today. Frostcliff Siege. Alright, yeah, see, that's why I think Ang's Iceberg here is a better idea on the Siege than it is the Grand. I was going to block here because there's no harm in it, but they're doing a loot. What are they pinning? Gives me a little bit more insight into what their deck's about. Boomerang Basics. Cool. Yeah. Oh, that's a little bit rough, but I think I might... How bad is it having them draw a card? I've got to play on the offensive here, I think, and get in for 8 damage. I think 8 damage to draw a card is a decent rate. Could have held up the blocker to kill the Grand and not give them a draw from Frostcliff, but they're going to be drawing cards regardless, and I've got the Ang's Iceberg as backup. I mean, if they do hit the Voice Victory or the War Leader's Call this turn with some sort of removal and it didn't hold up Dawn's Truth, that is going to be a little bit upsetting, but certainly not as bad as it could be. But again, I think we're looking in an okay spot, especially given the hand. Okay, Combustion Technique, that's sort of, yeah, what I was worried about. Could have held that up and had the Dawn's Truth. But not the end of the world, I suppose. They do have a lot of... I'm going to pay 2 life here. They've got mana up. Might wait for them to try and spend some of their mana just so I can hit the Frostcliff Siege. And hopefully have them not double counter it. Oh, they're going to be drawing 6. Get rid of the Siege. I could get rid of Gran. Might actually have been smarter to get rid of Gran just because they'll be doing an awful lot of casting spells since non-creature spells cost 1 less. That is a little bit of a danger. A lot of cards in hand. They could probably be going off pretty hard here. I think definitely siding in the graveyard hate for this next game is going to be an important one. Yeah, 1 to discard and draw 2. It's going to be cycling through a lot of their deck. And I'm kind of out of gas at this point. Again, sort of the problem with keeping a hand with this in it as opposed to a lot of other stuff. Do have access to 6 mana next turn though. Ag's Iceberg, and I can always sort of sack the Iceberg at some point if I wanted. Discard another Gran. Yeah, looks like I've just got a lot of cantrips. I'm probably going to be keeping counter magic up for any sort of removal, whatever play I make. But we'll see what I draw, because it could just be a case of, you know, sort of play a land tapped. So Sacred Foundry tapped, and we go from there. But and what are they discarding? That's going to give me a little bit more info as well. Ira's Demonstration. Okay, play the Inspiring Vantage tapped, and I'll pass the turn because that's not really the sort of draw that I wanted. If they are trying to do something pretty crazy this turn. Runchy Tong, I'll let that resolve, and then I will end Iceberg Runchy Tong. And I bring a very, very nice card, very good card, but not really. Ran and Shore, that is very scary. Need to draw some sort of board wipe, nice. Do I give them back the One-Chi Tong? I can't give them back the One-Chi Tong at this point. But yeah, no, Graveyard Hate is definitely worth siding in. Probably not going to be... Might even side out the Pinnacle Star Cages. Or maybe at least one of them. Here, things are looking, yeah, pretty dire. I take awful lot of damage next turn, can't do anything about it, so I'm just going to scoop. Because, yeah, drawing 8 lands, probably not what I was really looking for. Definitely Razorkin Needleheads to side in, Soul Guide and the 2 Rest in Pieces. Let's see. I think what I can do is I can 2 Doorkeepers, 2 Clarion Conquerors. Going to take out the Star Cages because it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing that much at all. Put in another Avatar's Wrath, 1 Warrior's Call, 1 Midnight Mayhem. They're not going to have the creatures for Bezer, I don't think. Get Lost could be handy. I think I might still keep enough of them. Get rid of 1 Voice, 1 of each of my 1-drops. And is it an Innocence here? Is it a Get Lost? I might just cut a Get Lost. I've got quite a bit of removal still got the sort of 5 pieces. Hopefully this helps eliminate some of the pain that that was causing me in terms of, oh yeah, it's like very, very, very slow start. Probably should have mulliganed in retrospect. I mean, 5 lands, or yeah, 4 lands and nothing to play sort of in the first, really, in the first 3-4 turns. Drawing the 1 creature, and that was it. Not exactly what I'm looking for. I want to be a little bit more aggressive against these decks that sort of do plot around a little bit more. Looking for that sort of between turn 4 and 6 to really be putting the spins on them. This is not a keep. This is a keep. Can absolutely keep this one, I think. I keep 6, and I'm going to bottom the Enduring Innocence because I do like the idea of being able to throw pretty early if they want. Unfortunately, I can't cast the Grease Wrench turn 1. But I like the hard removal, I like the throw. Maybe that works alright, because I can play the Grease Wrench, play the Novice Inspector. If they want to kill the Goblin, they can. Wasting removal on not the Doorkeeper throw. Firebending Lesson, yep. Cool. Still get the ETB for this, which is a benefit. Again, a lot of nombos with the Thrall that I have here. Oh, they kept a 1-lander. That's nice to see. And hopefully it keeps up, because, I mean, then it means that I will be... draw a card. I think it's more important than potentially losing my Novice Inspector. It's only 1 damage. Would it be nice... hopefully I can draw another red mana. I cannot draw another red mana. What I will do is I will play this... I'll get in for attacks first, just to see if they have a response. They do not have any instant speed response. Here it just means that the Ran and Shore can't be activated. That was the main reason that I sided it in. Oh, they're looking in a bit of a spot of bother here, aren't they? What are they discarding? I do feel bad for them, but at the same time, very, very happy with how things are going. Let's go Voice of Victory, so they can't even cast anything on my turn anyway. Attack them for 4. Got them on a pretty steady clock here. It's a 2-turn clock. They just have to pass through to end again. This is looking like a pretty GG, especially if I can get a Razorkin Needlehead out with Dawn's Truce. I will have the Grease Wrench Goblin. It can't activate its ability because of the Clarion Conqueror, but does just provide even more of a clock for them. And with the Dawn's Truce and the Doorkeeper Thrall in hand, I think that there's nothing they can do. Even sort of a Pyroclasm's not going to be doing them much good here. Because I just give them a card. Happy to give them a card. Makes everything indestructible. Cool. And that's going to be a good game. Fantastic. That is how we like to see things happen. Dawn's Truce, absolutely fantastic card, I think, in most scenarios, especially when you're protecting things that are pretty important to keep going. I don't think I want to make any changes here. That all look like it went pretty well. You know, you could get rid of an Avatar's Wrath, but I think them not being able to cast spells from exile. Actually, for the Wan-Chi Tong, I might take out an Avatar's Wrath. Take out one of them, and I'll put in a Pinnacle Starcage, just because I forget that Wan-Chi Tong is only a 2-drop. Getting rid of the Wan-Chi Tong, along with, I mean, it does hit a lot of my stuff, but I can work it in a way that I get on the aggressive, trade some of my creeps if I need to, or if I am sort of in a really rough-looking spot. I think I'll keep this here. Double Voice of Victory, some Dawn's Truce back out, got a bit of removal, got a turn 1 play. They have a Grand. Okay. Good thing is, they can't attack into the Goblin unless they spend some removal on it. So what I could always do here is not cast the Voices until later on, but I'm happy to take the trade here, but they might even just kill it regardless. But then they're, you know, still again, card for card. They're gonna kill it. Looks like they've got something. No. Happy to take that trade, honestly. Let me play this and a Voice of Victory. If they kill that, it's all good by me, or if they counter it, it's all good by me. I've got another one. Cool, Acid Scatter. Again, that's fine. Just because I got the backup, I wouldn't have gone so gung-ho about it if they didn't have a back up. I'm going to demo field. I'm going to see. Try for another voice. They've got another essence scatter. That's just a bit unlucky. If they got a quench, that's pretty unlucky. Yeah, that's okay. They are certainly playing some good control. Pay the life for this, just to make it look like I may have something more up my sleeve. Could one Chi Tong for 2, but I'll just kill it. Happy with that. Abandon attachments, yep. Okay, could accumulate wisdom here as well. No. Land. My turn. Right, and we'll continue passing through. Drawing some action would be kind of nice here. I do have enough removal and responses to hopefully get through most of what they're going to get up to. I'm going to pay 2 life. Yes, during Innocence. Hopefully they don't have another Essence Scanner. That would be unfortunate. I'd be happy to pay the Quench here. I'll do that. And if they want to kill it with a kill spell, I mean it sucks, but they wasted a counter spell on it. Which always feels pretty good. And if they don't exile it, it would have to be a what was it, Torch the Tower? Is that what it's called? Cool. And I get to attack. Hopefully. Do they have some sort of trick? They're gonna Wan Shi Tong. They're gonna try and kill it. Yep. Gonna let that resolve. Again, I have the exile for the Wan Shi Tong. Only draw 2, which is certainly not as bad as it could have been. I've still got to get lost in hand and Dawn's Truce, gaining up a little bit of that life that I've lost from the Sacred Foundries. Ran and Shore. Ooh, okay, yep, that's a little bit. Sure, I'm going to kill the Ran and Shore though. Don't care that they're going to make the token a little bit bigger. Gran, okay. I'd love a Pinnacle Starcage about now. That would be as good a draw as I could ask for in reality. Who are they going to make bigger? Ranashore or Gran? Cool. So I get to see what they're drawing as well. Banner attachments. I'll keep that on top, surely. And they'll probably do it again, or if they've got a 2-drop spell in hand. Don't want to cast, no. This is corner's turning. Oh, yeah, wonderful. Let's say Captain Souls. Let's just name Human. And I'll pass the turn. This is, yeah, looking a little bit rough at this point. I could probably do demo field the Riverfire Verge. They're gonna make Ran and Shore pretty big, so I think I do have to block with the Enduring Innocence. How many times are they going to pump it? Once. Pump it twice, I take 8. They're not going to be able to do it again anyway, so we'll just demo field the Riverfire Verge. Because I want to pop the Yang's Iceberg to give them back the Wan Shi Tong, just so I can surveil or to scry into hopefully an answer to what they've got going on. I'll be taking 8. I am going to search. Stop the chance of me drawing another land. Again, that's got 8 lands and 16, so 50% of my draws, which is more than what I would be wanting. Pass to blockers, block the Gran. Pass to damage. Happy for the Enduring Innocence to die, honestly, just because it will come back. Don't think there's much they can do about it. I got a way to kill the Innocence somehow. And red-blue, they could bounce it to hand, but that's not really going to be doing too much. Sure, activate. the Aang's Iceberg. And if I can scry into a Pinnacle Starcade at this point... actually, because I play the Enduring Innocence and the Novice Inspector, that gives me a little bit of a chance. I mean, a 1/1 One-Shutong is not the end of the world. My turn. Enduring Innocence. I certainly can't kill it. Not this turn at least. And then Novice Inspector. Draw a card. And Legend of Roku. That's not really going to help me much. I think I need to keep the mana up for a Dawn's Truce next turn. End of turn, they're probably going to... Oh, they can't abandon attachments actually, can they? Next turn, they attack for 4, and they've got 8, 9, 10 mana, so they're not going to be able to make it. Oh, okay. That's pretty scary. But again, next turn I can Roku into a Star Cage. That would be even more perfect. I'm going to go, before this happens, I am going to pop this clue, just see if I can draw into removal, potentially for the right of the Dragon Caller. No, everything resolves. They discard. Oh, they draw another 3 cards. They make a bunch here. Yeah, okay, so here's where the Dawn Truce comes in handy. I've got no blue mana up, so I'm just going to have to sort of double, triple kill it. Firebending Lesson, okay. Block, take enough, and hopefully this Legend of Roku does its job to hit some of the removal that I need. Simple as Verge. I think I do have to Legend of Roku first. I don't hit removal here. Oh, that really doesn't help. Novice Inspector. Come on, no. That's not the card draw I needed. And from here, I think the game is as good as over, because regardless of what I play, I'm just going to draw into more, not that anything happens, and that's going to be game. Even more Star Cages in there. I don't think I quite realised exactly what they had going on with the Rite of the Dragon Caller. It feels a little bit bad, but hey, would have taken any of the mass removal I had. I needed to side more of it in against something that was going like that, but didn't quite expect them to go as wide as what they did. But again, not as common of a deck for me to come up against at this point. So now that I've got that in mind, I can use that information a little bit more readily in the future. But from here, first thing, Super Novice. Feels like a pretty fine opening hand. I think I'm going to Grease Wrench turn 1. Inspiring Vantage, Grease Wrench, and then turn 2, I think I'll Voice of Victory. And turn 3, attack with a Goblin. Decide whether or not I wanted to discard. Let's go Inspiring Vantage. Yeah. Let's attack in with the Goblin first. And doing things second main is usually a bit of a better idea. And then if they want to counter this, they can. But yep, quench it. So yeah, I think I probably do just get the land up and bin 2 lands. They're probably going to kill the Grease Wrench. At least I'd expect them to at this point. We'll go Fountain Port. Attack with the Grease Wrench. I think we're going to hold mana up for an Aang's Iceberg as well. Firebending Lesson. Yeah, I was going to bin a couple of lands. Draw another land. That's perfect. If Get Lost is pretty solid. Play around.
I've got a whole plan of stuff. I hope you've got bottled lightning.
Below Verge. Get Lost. And a Novice Inspector.
Another delay.
Could very easily block with the Inspector if they cast a bunch of cards. Monument to Endurance. Got a Grand there. I mean, Monument to Endurance with Grand. I did see an article about this being a pretty top-notch sort of a combo. Here for Plains, we'll go Aang's Iceberg. Get rid of that Monument. We'll attack for 1, because then depending on what they do next turn, probably just going to Grand next turn, right? So I may as well actually just get lost the Otter token now. Then they Grand. Can bin a couple of things with the Grand. Artist Talent. Oh yeah, this is all about the Monument to Endurance and Grand combinations, isn't it? Oh, that's actually pretty tasty. Because what I'll do is I'll activate the clue to get my card draw. What have they got in hand? I might attack with the Novice Inspector. Well, I'll take the one. Yeah. I'm going to Star Cage. And I've got Midnight Mayhem and Removal in hand, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. Artist Talent. I'm going to pop it up. Again, I think that's fine. We'll go Midnight Mayhem. And a Grease Wrench Goblin. Attacking for 3. And 3, they go to 11. I can Aang's Iceberg, the Artist Talent, or maybe whatever other mischief they might be getting up to. We've got the Grease Wrench. Oh, 1 damage to all of my creatures. That's pretty tasty. And I'll up the Artist Talent. Nice. I do have a counter spell, so I'll go Human. Aang's Iceberg, Artist Talent, just so I don't get a whole bunch of card draw and deal a whole bunch of damage. And here I'll pass the turn. Got another Artist Talent. I'm going to cast a non-creature spell. I'm just going to pump it up. Gonna go to my turn. Oh, cool. Just gonna pass along. Oh, Legion of Kuruk. It's gonna be drawing through and discarding a whole bunch of junk. Let that resolve. Keeping both on top, that's not a good sign. Oh, accumulate wisdom, there you go. Cutting an ill-timed explosion, drawing 3. An awful lot of use in hand that they can start getting together. And I'll pass the turn. Ooh, that's kind of nice. So I do it for... It's maybe not as nice as I thought, because I'd only be doing it for 2, because I want to keep up the... I think I may as well, though. Now is as good a time as any. I want to keep the Dawn Truce up. And mana for Quench. I need to be able to kill them before the Legend of Kuruk pops. Not really fussed if they have something to do with the Artist Talent, because I can just give them another card for Dawn's Truce, but it's feeling a little bit bad too. What are they going to do here? No, just drawing a card. They're going to scry 2 and draw another one. This looks looking a little bit spooky here. Definitely getting the Pinnacle Star Cages in again next turn, or next game. Another Monument to Endurance. That's pretty scary. There's going to be cycling through an awful lot of stuff here. They burned the Firebending Lesson. That's certainly an interesting one. What are they going to do here? Or timed explosion. Let that resolve. What are the chances of them having a... I'm going to give them another card. So I've got a counter spell on hand now, they're going to cast it in that sort of game anyway, but if they don't have a counter spell now, give them an extra 3 draws plus the one from the Dawn's Truce is a little bit rough. Oh, they're going to abandon attachments. See if they can draw into a counter spell. Draw a card. Make me lose life maybe. Draw a card here, drawing and looking for a counter. Looks like they might have one. No, money went to endurance. Make me lose the life. Have they got a counter now? Looks like they do. Ah, they do. Which sort of really counts me out of the game by the looks of it. I'll create a treasure. And they'll discard. Yeah, certainly enough to deal 2 damage to everything, I'm sure. Yep, 4 damage to everything. And I've got a treasure to be able to play something. A Gran, okay. And I draw a land, which means I think I'm probably just about done for. Yeah, I'm going to scoop this. Well, look, I shoot my shot. Not really much I can do about that there. Let's see. Don't really have. Got a Pinnacle's Dark Age, Razorkins, definitely. Oh, not the Authorities. Rest in Pieces and the Soul Guide. Do I get rid of here? I feel like maybe one voice. Dawn's Truce definitely want to keep all 3 of. I mean, Pinnacle's Dark Age, they've got a bunch of... They look like they're a little bit less... I think I'm still going to have all 3 of them in, as well as the one Avatar's Wrath. Definitely want to keep the Icebergs, just want to keep the Get Losts. One more Leader's Call. There's probably never going to have enough creatures. Up front can be nice with the War Leaders. I'm going to do my typical one of each of my 1-drops. I know that looks a little bit sketchy to get rid of so many of those 1-drops there, but I'm going to take 1 Enduring Innocence as well, because again, with Rest in Peace, the value back on the Enduring Innocence isn't quite as good. So I'll be certainly looking to, on the play here, have a bit more of an aggressive start. Actually, this is kind of nice. Cavern of Souls means that I can get the Razorkin played nice and early, nice and easy. Not going to be able to counter it with their Quench. I would love a little bit of protection for the Razorhead, I think. It's going to be sort of a secondary thing that I'm looking for. If I draw it, I will be holding the Razorkin back, but I didn't draw it, so I'm going to be running out the Razorkin. And going no attacks, can block the Gran with the Razorkin. Well, it doesn't look like they've got any instant speed removal at this point. I might draw into it. Oh, no, they're not drawing into it. They can't attack with Gran, which is good because it stops them from getting another loot. I'm going to be drawing a whole bunch of cards. And I like the sound of that. Right, play this Plains. May as well War Leader's Call here, honestly. I'm going to get in with damage. I'm going to take 5, and then if they don't, they do have removal. No, they don't have removal. Or if they did, they decided not to use it. The more cards they draw, the more damage they're going to be taking, and I'm happy to let them do as much as they want here. Oh, they do. So why didn't they do that before they drew? That seems like a little bit strange, a little bit of a strange to do. Gran though. Gets in for an attack. Oh, Demolition Field, Midnight Mayhem. Really getting in with aggression this game. Really need to get ahead as quickly as I can. And that's 8, they go to 1. No, that's enough. Alright, that's what I like to see. See, that's how we like to do it. And I think we sort of just keep things as is. That seemed to work a treat. Leader's Call. I maybe don't want to flood out too much with them, but Midnight Mayhem, I want to keep the 3 copies. I think 3 of the War Call against something like this is enough. But again, going 3 games feels pretty good. If we can get a win here, we'll be 2-1 for the day. Oh, look, 2 Novice Inspectors and a Grease Wrench Goblin. I think that's pretty tasty. We'll be running out the Novice Inspector first this time. Nope, I lied. I'm going to be running out the Grease Wrench Goblin. They don't have a Grand. I'm going to die to whatever anyway. I'd rather they maybe waste some of that Artist Talent. Good as gold. Going to go Plains. Novice Inspector. And get in for 2. Again, if they don't have any plays, then getting in for 2 as opposed to getting in for 1 is going to be a little bit nicer. What have they got here on 3? Accumulate Wisdom. Nice. I think next turn I do Rest in Peace. Especially if they don't have the mana up to counter it, because I think just getting rid of this idea and having them waste removal on Rest in Peace instead feels like a pretty good plan. We'll go Demo Field, we'll go Rest in Peace. Just means that they don't get all that use, and if they want to trade with a Grand, I'm happy to take that trade, honestly. Here, what are we looking at? At 4. Make their non-creature spells cheaper. Rest in Peace still up, which is very nice. Been a Voice of Victory. Could counter it, but I've got to start looking at the options I have. They're going to kill the Novice Inspector. All right. They're going to discard into exile. They're not. Well, they are. They're going to discard. Oh. And then next turn, if I can drop a War Leader's Call and the Voice of Victory stays protected, again, that's it's a pretty solid clock. Nope. Demonstration. Again, stuck on these 3 lands. If I had 4th being able to sort of protect my things with Dawn's Truce would be really, really nice. But at this stage, there's not an awful lot that I'm able to be doing. Discarding more removal. Discarding Accumulate Wisdoms, which don't give them nearly as much value. Keeping, I guess, Counter Magic. I want your tongue, a Grand up. It's fine, I suppose. Ugh. Again, I'm gonna Novice Inspector just to hold up the extra clue. And at least I'll get a draw, and they can't. I mean, they could always pop. That's non-combat damage, isn't it? Got cards in hand. Oh, I was gonna draw a card, may as well. Oh, there's a land, just about 4 or 5 turns too late, unfortunately. But the Rest in Peace seems to be doing a little bit of work. Hopefully I have enough to keep things going for the meantime. Probably no point at the moment in the Multiversal Passage. Ultimate Explosion. Accumulate Wisdom, just gonna look at the top 3. What are they putting into the graveyard? Oh no, the rest is on the okay, here I might actually just Inspiring Vantage then War Leader's Call. Next turn I can Midnight Mayhem again, that gets a good little bit of damage out. But this is never going to come into play untapped anyway. They discard an island. Make their stuff even cheaper. Nope, Monument to Endurance. But they're going to be discarding what they draw, which is an Ultimate Explosion, which means they've got a chance of drawing a counter spell, which would not be very fun. Here, I think I just do this enters tapped as well, and I try my best for a Midnight Mayhem. Cool. Really, really nice. And then next turn, if they don't do anything about anything, then I've got the double up Midnight Mayhem to be able to get the win with. But I imagine with the monuments and their artist talents that they might be able to just about get away with it. Discard another artist talent, they're going to be drawing a... Oh, alright. So they're not going to be able to, unless they might cast another non-creature spell, which they can, like endurance. Ooh, yep. Cool. Drawing even more, because at this stage, unless I draw a land, I can't I can't make it through a quench, which is a little bit rough. Combustion technique. Okay, yeah. Again, the more and more that they draw through and discard things, the less and less chance that there is for being able to make it through. But if I do draw a land, then at least I can muster up an anti... Oh, what are they doing here? Oh, Legend of Kuruk. Oh, that's even worse, because it gets them a good couple of card draws. Oh, no it doesn't. So it's still only just the one, but at least they get to a counter spell pretty reasonably, and then they're going to draw. And that's going to be playing out more cards. That would seem a little bit more Iris Demonstration. Ah, okay. No, totally fine. Totally fine. I'm in a winning position. I just Midnight Mayhem for the win. Fantastic. I mean, again, they needed a counter spell, and the fact that I drew the land means that I was going to be able to get through a quench. But yeah, I mean, this feels like it's much more a comfort zone than anything else that I've been running recently. So I'm very happy with the way that it's been going, the way it's been looking. Again, you know, sort of a win away from Plat 1, and then hopefully should be able to continue the climb on pretty reasonably from there. I mean, this is the sort of, yeah, what I've been using to make my way up regardless. In the last few times, yeah, for all of the last times that I've hit Mythic, so it's definitely my comfort zone. I feel like it is actually really not a terrible deck. I mean, yeah, it does rely pretty well on draws and sideboarding, so certainly best of one, I don't think it performed nearly as well. But being able to have access to so many good hate pieces on the side feels pretty good. So that's it for some standard best of 3 with some Boros tokens, a little bit token control, I like to consider it as. And as always, I'm Transfemerate. If you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe, all of those things. And I'll be with you next time on The Rebound. Catch ya!